Hey, y'all, listen. Everybody, jump on with me really, really quick. Hey, hey, hey. I'm excited about making this announcement, but I also want to just drop a little wisdom and talk to us on this beautiful, beautiful, amazing day as I prepare for an amazing weekend event. I've talked about giving a little couple of hints about dropping something in the near future, and I'm finally at a place where I can do it. So I want to jump on. Hello, everybody. Thank you, guys. I see y'all joining. Hit the share button really quick. Because I want to make an announcement, but I would want to talk about something really quick before I make this announcement. I want to deal with something that I believe is causing us to not prosper in the way that we should in relationships, in our finances, in our purpose, in ministry, and just in individually, professionally, in certain arenas. I want to just deal with something really quick that I believe is holding us hostage. But before I do, let me just say welcome to everybody. If this is your first time watching me, so glad to make your acquaintance. I am Dr. Elisa Harney, and my objective is to get you positioned to prosper in your purpose. Professionally, as a business strategist, as a coach, I help today's leaders expand their platform, their performance, their presentation, their profit with proven wealth strategies of sustainable progression. And that's what I do, and that's what I'm excited to do. Outside of that, though, for those of you all that have known me for a while, that has known me as a prophet, has known me in the realms of spiritual development, I know that I spent a lot of time last year doing a lot of prophetic trainings, and I was able to do a lot of cultivation. I even partnered with my spiritual covering, my spiritual father, Apostle John Eckhart, and we did some prophetic trainings last year. And so it's been a minute since I've been able to do or release a spiritual development training. And so, hey, sis, so glad you guys popped on. So before I get to the training, let me just throw something out here really quick. I've been coaching, teaching, training, positioning, prophesying, to working with, partnering with thousands, literally thousands of people over the last few years. And one of the things that I've noticed is that we've been tied to certain mindsets. We've been tied to certain emotions. We've been tied to certain positions, and we've been tied to certain people that have been keeping us in a place where we've not been able to propel past. There are certain ways, if we have to tell the truth about it, there are certain things that we think that keep us stuck, that keep us in a poverty mindset, that keep us singing the lullaby of lack and keep us singing the song of scarcity. There are certain people who can sometimes adopt what I call lobby linguistics, who only want to talk about what used to be, who only want to talk about the way it used to be and what we were, the good old days. And then we're stuck in the lobby and we're not able to elevate to penthouse perspective. There are certain atmospheres, certain positions that we have outgrown, that we have moved past, but we still find ourselves confined to certain places and certain things. There are certain things, even generationally, that have arrested our families over years, and we've seen generational cycles show up in our family time and time again. There are certain things that your mom and them dealt with, and you dealt with them, and then you see your children dealing with them. There are certain things that you've kind of seen flow down the line, whether it's with the guys in the family or with the women in the family. It's just certain things. It almost is as though we are tied to certain things. It's almost, if you didn't know any better, it would feel as though you were tethered to certain things. And so if we're not careful, if we're not in a place where we are moving after what we're supposed to do, if we're not careful, we'll find ourselves stuck in these places. We can have the right intention. We can have the Holy Spirit living on the inside of us. We can have the wherewithal and the will. But there are certain things that if we don't get untethered from, if we don't get disconnected from, we're going to continue to cultivate what I call cycles of inertia, where there may be some motion, but there's never really any movement. And I'm just at a place, and I have been in a place a long time ago. I got into this mindset that I can't stay the same. I can't stay in this place. I always tell people, because we like making decrees and declarations, but sometimes the best decree that you can give somebody is the benediction. You throw that peace sign up and you say, listen, may the Lord watch between me and you while we are absent one from another. Sometimes the best kind of decrees that we can make is the decree that I will no longer be. Sometimes the best declarations that you can make is, this is the last time that and so sometimes, we tiptoe around those kind of decrees because those kind of decrees have finality to them. Sometimes we like to keep things in our left back pocket just in case certain things don't work out the way we need to. But what happens with that is we're connected and we've married our soul. We've married our emotions. We've married our mindset to a moment. Can I just say that for the people in the back? Welcome, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Hit that share button. What happens is we've married ourselves to a moment of weakness, a moment of frailty, a moment of insecurity, a moment of emotional distress. And we marry these moments. And then when it's ready, when we're trying to go forward, when we're trying to go to the next level, we have a hard time now divorcing the dysfunction. I just need to say this again. We marry the moment and then turn around and don't know how to divorce the dysfunction. One more time for the people in the back. So let me just put it like this. Stop marrying the moment and instead divorce the dysfunction. But unfortunately, what happens in our lives, what happens to us a lot of the times is nobody takes us through a formula for freedom. Nobody gives us a formula for freedom. Nobody shows us how to take the steps to dismantle dysfunctions, to discombobulate our mindset, to get divorced from these things that we may have connected to and stayed connected to for so many years, for such a long time in our lives. And so we have to get to the place where we say, I can't stay stuck. I can't stay the same. Listen, no man having put his hands to the plow and looking back is fit for kingdom. It's fit to go to the next level. We've got to understand that it's our job to lay aside weights and things that keep us stayed and set up in this moment. I say all of this time, and we've got to get to the place where we stop side chicken our destiny because we're married to our past. I just have to say this again. We side chicken our destiny because we're still married to our past. We're married to moments that we won't let go, things that we've been through. And we're saying, I knew me, but our mindset hasn't shifted. We're saying, I want to go to the next level, but financially, we're still operating in a poverty mindset and mentality. We're saying that we want our children to be free, but then we haven't went in and figured out how to dismantle things that have locked itself and walked itself down through our generations. One of the things that I am grateful for, and I by no means am an expert in anything, all of us having count not myself to have apprehended, but this one thing that I do realize, that there are certain things that I had to do to dismantle and to break off and break away from things that kept showing up in my family. Some things that I had went through, I was determined this is not going to be the fate for my daughter. This will not be the fate for my sons and my children. They're all adults now. And I'm so grateful that there were certain things that I dealt with. There were certain things that my father, my mom dealt with that my children did not have to deal with because I learned the freedom formula. There were certain things. There was a glass ceiling that I felt like I was always up under financially, that I never could break through. But listen, I learned the formula, I had to get free formula. There were certain relationships, emotional compatibility that I had dealt with. And I was like, I'm looking for companions, but they're not compatible. I wanted to marry the word compatibility and companionship and make it just one word because I was feeling like, what is this? Why am I rehearsing the same type of detrimental people? Why am I still drawing the same type of people that are not good for me mentally and and emotionally and socially and spiritually, but I broke loose and I broke free from those things. And so what happens is when I always say this to people, that somebody has to win to give the rest of us the strategy. If everybody is struggling, if nobody is making it, if everybody's upset and angry and despondent and nobody is able to crack the code, then how can somebody come back and teach us what it is that they've learned? And so I want to deal with getting free because it's time. We know that it's past time. A lot of us, we find cycles in our lives. Some of you guys, even now, can look back into your life and say, every time this year, this particular thing happens, or I always know when I'm about to run into this, or when something's about to happen with my family, or when money's about, because it happens the same. It's a cycle that we are stuck in sometimes, mentally and emotionally and spiritually. We get these highs and then we go back to these lows, and then we get high again. And then at some point we say, you know what? I don't want to be disappointed. So let me just kind of stay in the middle and let me just wing it because it's too much. But I just believe that I have a freedom formula. And so about a week ago, I was getting dressed, and the Lord gave me, he said, you know what? You've been operating in the freedom formula and you don't even know it. And I was like, the freedom formula? Maybe a month ago, or maybe a few years ago, I remember saying on social media that God was going to give us spiritual strategies for supernatural success. And sometimes we get stuck and we think the supernatural success is just financially. We think it's just one thing. But what I realized was one of the spiritual strategies that he gave me for supernatural success was the freedom formula, the ability to get past certain things, to break away from certain people, certain places, certain mindsets, certain generational curses that kept showing up in my life. And so I am so excited to announce I have not been able to do a virtual webinar for a minute, because I have so many things going on. As a matter of fact, I'm headed to, Charlotte for a big event, a private event, but it's still a big event that I'm doing, this live speakers intensive, my first in-person event. But I did want to let you guys know that the Lord gave me a very profound prophetic formula to help us to get free. If you have been in a place where you have been struggling, where you have felt like there are certain things that you've just not been able to break off, certain people you've not been able to break away from, certain relationships that you feel like, I don't know why I can't get away from that, whether it's in your family. And so this is what we don't understand. Sometimes we can be in unhealthy codependent relationships, and sometimes it's family, sometimes it's friends, and it's something dysfunctional. But if you've been in a place where there's certain mindsets that you've been carrying for years, you've thought, I can't do this, I can't walk out on faith, I can't be this person, I can't make this kind of money. Listen, I have something for you guys. I'm so excited. And I don't even have a flyer, but I do have an image that I want to show to you next. Let's see. Is it next Sunday? Sunday, the 25th, not this coming up Sunday, but the Sunday after, I am doing a virtual webinar. And that webinar is called Get Untethered, the Get Untethered webinar. It is going to be a webinar where I help us cut the cord from dysfunction, cut the cord from generational curses, from unhealthy soul ties. We're going to get untethered so that we can be free. And that webinar is going to be on Sunday, the 25th. It's only $47. It's virtual live. Everybody can register. Go register now. Grab your tickets quick. We're doing it on a new platform. And so as soon as we reach capacity, we're going to cut it off. GoRegisterNow.com. Go register now at GoRegisterNow.com. It's going to be Sunday, April 25th, I think at 6:30 Eastern time. The details are on the website, but I want you guys not to miss it. When I tell you that the Lord had to take me through and show me, only $47. I wanted to make sure that nobody had an excuse not to be a part of this amazing Get Free formula. The Lord gave me this supernatural strategy that I believe is going to help shift us. And it's completely 100% biblical. So listen, this isn't professional development. So if you're looking for what I do with my coaching clients, this might not be for you. But if you already in, look at y'all blessing me. If you're going to show up, put that in the comments. I'm in, so I can know that you guys are coming. But it's only $47. It's going to be on Sunday, April 25th, and it's live virtual. So you can join from anywhere. The replay replays will be available so that if you miss some of it, you can watch it. It's going to be probably an hour and a half, and I'm going to take 30 minutes to prophesy because I just believe that once we do it, that there's going to be some supernatural manifestations of freedom. And so I'm going to be releasing a prophetic wind of freedom and a prophetic wind to help us get broken, those things broken. I see y'all in the comments. Yes, it will be recorded. You will have access to the replay. I see y'all saying that you guys are in. Thank y'all so much. It's going to be, I'm so excited about this webinar, this training. And y'all know that I'm famous for PowerPoints. So I'm literally going to train and take you through this freedom formula to break off, once again, soul ties. Sometimes we're tied to people so emotionally and we are tethered to them. And so when they feel a kind of way, we feel a kind of way. We're like, why am I feeling guilty for being successful? Why am I feeling guilty for leaving the past behind? Because we're tethered to people and we haven't learned how to get free. Sometimes we physically walked away from people, but we still haven't divorced the dysfunction that the connection brought. And so how do we dismantle that? How do we break free mentally? Certain things people have told us about ourselves, that we would not be able to do this, that we would not be able to go far, that we would not be able to receive certain things. Guess what? We're going to get free. I took this time and listen, I have a whole event this weekend here in Charlotte, but I took this time to come on and let you guys know that the Sunday after this, coming up Sunday, the 25th, I am releasing once again I didn't even try to do a fancy flyer. I just want y'all to know it's the Get Untethered webinar. And again, this is going to help us get free and break some things off. I'm going to give you a biblical formula. It's only $47. You'll get the replay. It's a live webinar. It's virtual, so you can attend from anywhere. But I'm going to give you this formula to not just recognize the dysfunction and not just recognize what's happening, but the steps to cut some things off. Let me tell y'all something, because I always say to people that I can't teach what I haven't reached. And so I have to have went through some things to be able to have gotten this formula. I've been through a very dysfunctional marriage, and there are some things, some soul ties, some things that happen. I've dealt with children abandonment. I've dealt with heartbreak. I've dealt with church hurt and rejection. I've dealt with exploitation and isolation. I've dealt with feeling as though you can't leave your last level and feeling condemned when you wanted to walk out and be true to what God has positioned you to do and say and how to do it. I've had to break free. I've been through those things where you have so much self-doubt and where you're looking at yourself a certain kind of way because you're looking through the lenses of fear and filth and failure. And I've dealt with having generational curses that have followed themselves down the bloodline, where everybody got pregnant at a certain age, or everybody got divorced at a certain age, or everybody got cheated on, or everybody did this, or there was a spirit of lying. And the Lord was able to give me a spiritual strategy for supernatural success, where those things were broken off of my life, broken off of the life of my children, broken off of my finances, broken off of my future. And I want to teach that to you. And so make sure that you guys visit goregisternow.com and grab your ticket. I don't even remember doing anything at this price point, but it's just because I wanted as many people as possible to be able to attend. It's only $47. Make sure you get your ticket and get your seat. We're going to do a live activation at the end. I'm going to really produce and really just pronounce a prophetic wind of supernatural breaking. You guys that are familiar with me know that I operate in the breaker's anointing. And so that breaker's anointing is going to come through and break some things off of it. And we're going to flow and we're going to prophesy and we're going to take it to the next level, because we're not going to be stuck. We're not going to be stagnant, and we're not going to be the same. So anyway, I just wanted to jump on and tell you guys this: be free, and feel free to tag and people in this video, share it to anybody that you know really would benefit from being a part of the Get Untethered webinar. Sunday, April the 25th at I think 6:30, because it's going to be unbelievable. And I want to make sure that we're walking in our wealthy place, in our healthy place, in wholeness and in boldness. I don't just want to be going to the next level and everybody else is saying I would go, but all of these things have me bound. No, listen, we're going to deal with getting untethered. We're going to get those spiritual scissors and we're going to snip. Man, you should just type in the comments, snip. I see y'all registering. Thank you guys so much. But snip. We're snipping off insecurity. We're snipping off shame. We're snipping off guilt. We're snipping off of dysfunctional people. We're snipping away unhealthy soul ties. We're snipping off of scarcity and poverty. We're snipping off these generational curses. Snip. This is where we're going in this next level. And so I'm bringing the boldness and I'm bringing the prophetic wind and I'm bringing my scissors. I'm actually going to have some physical scissors and we're going to cut some things off and we're going to take it to the next level because it's our job to lay those things aside so that we can run this race with patience. So I'm so excited about it. Make sure that you tell everybody. I'll probably jump on later this weekend and talk a little bit more about it. But April 25th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, the Get Free webinar, Get Untethered. I'm going to teach the Get Free formula. Make sure if you know anybody that you're saying, hey, we need to be in this together, no more the same, get them in. All right, y'all, I am Dr. E, and I will see y'all again real soon.